Okay, we are live. Welcome. Super excited. I'll wait for a couple folks to get in here. But I really wanted to lean right into this. So, are you tired of like being tired, right? Like, sick of every time you turn around, you're like, oh, I got no energy. Maybe I'm not getting enough sleep. I need that 17th cup of coffee and it's only 2 p.m., right? And you're just tired of constantly saying, man, I'm tired. Like every time you turn around, like I remember years ago, I'd be walking around and I said I was tired so often that my kids began finishing the sentence. I'd be walking around and kids would be like, I'd be like, oh my goodness. And they'd be like, Mommy's so tired. And I'm like, oh wow. Like that's how much I was saying it. And so if that's you, stick around for the next few minutes because we're going to give you some tips on how to get out of that tired feeling, right? How to get your energy back so you feel better. So I'm going to quickly introduce myself, and then I'm going to have our special guest today introduce herself. So I'm Ilika Follette, and I'm a mom of four who lost 120 pounds in about a year's time and kept it off for that time. Now I work with entrepreneurs to help them to, I always say, reclaim your influence. So it's how do you step into the best you, right? How do you become the in-demand person in your industry? And we do it through visibility strategies, productivity hacks, and mindset shifts. So you get to reclaim your revenue. All right. So that is who I am. And each week I'll be bringing on an amazing person, an amazing expert like this who is sharing some tips. But here is a kicker. Next week, all week, Monday through Friday from 12 to noon to 2 p.m. Eastern, we're going to be on here. I'm going to be on here sharing with as a part of the Success Tribe Expert Series. We're doing an entire series on ease and abundance. And so if you're watching this, you can go to the description of this video and sign up, register to be live at the event. It's a virtual event, so you don't have to go anywhere, right? So you don't have to worry about being tired driving over there, right? Or being tired flying somewhere. It's a virtual event, so you get to gain amazing strategies from incredible experts, right? Like Heather, because Heather's actually going to be one of our speakers at the Success Tribe Expert Series. So if that's you, you can go to successtribeexpertseries.com, or you can go ahead and check the description of this video and just click on it, right? So let's get into it. So let me introduce, so actually, Heather, I would love to hear you introduce yourself. Tell folks what you do.
Well, my name is Heather Creson, and I'm an energy optimization specialist. What I help people do is reclaim their energy so they can heal better and feel better and accomplish the things that they've been working for in life.
I love that. Yes, yes. And that's the thing, right? Because like I mentioned when we first started, like we've all been there in these situations where we're super tired, right? Comment here if you've ever heard yourself or caught yourself saying, oh my gosh, I'm tired. Oh my gosh, I have no energy. Yes. No, yes, Neil says like, yes, she has said it, right? This is something that we hear all the time, especially in women. And so, Heather, I would love to hear what is the first tip, because we might as well get right into it, right? And if you guys aren't following Heather, go ahead and follow Heather. She actually has some really cool things that's going on. You'll see some of that in the description too. But Heather, I would love to hear what is the first tip that you would give to someone who comes to you and it's just like, I can't do it. It's 2 p.m. I'm tired. I've got to get that afternoon either nap, right? Or afternoon coffee for the 17th time. What is the first tip that you would give that person? What is one tip that you might share with them?
Well, one of the first things that gets so frustrating is when you're feeling like that, everybody says, "Well, just get more sleep." And sometimes it's not about sleep because we actually need energy in order to be able to sleep. So if you're waking up tired, if you're having trouble falling asleep, or if you fall asleep but then you keep waking up, that's a sign that you have something different going on. And you don't need to get more sleep; you need to get better sleep. And so we have to start looking at things in a different way and not be frustrated at ourselves because I've been there too. It's like 3 in the morning and you're laying there, you're getting anxious because you're like, oh, I need to get my 8 hours of rest and you can't, and you're panicking because you keep looking at the clock and it's 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. and you're still awake, and so you mess up your whole day. um I like to take that anxiety away from people. If you're not sleeping, there's a different problem going on, and there are a lot of easy things and easy strategies that we can implement to improve that. But if the doctor has said, "Oh, well, just get more sleep." There's a reason you're not sleeping,
Right.
unless you're intentionally staying up late for all of that.
Right.
So
I mean, sometimes we do stay up for Love Is Blind,
yep.
the marathon, right?
But
I'm kidding.
relax. If you're not able to get good sleep right now and you're getting anxious, forget about it. There's
Right.
a reason you're not sleeping, and it's not because 'cause you're not getting enough sleep. So, one of the first things, we have the pineal gland in our brain, and that is what regulates our circadian rhythm, our sleep, and our wake cycles. It helps release, melatonin, which is the sleep hormone.
Yeah.
And a lot of this stuff, we know it, we just need to do it. Um, we need to turn off those blue lights on our cell phones because I know when you can't sleep, then you start scrolling through your phone. The very
Mhm.
first thing you can do, if you have an iPhone, I don't know what it is on an Android. You go to your settings, go to accessibility, and you go to display and text size, and you can change your color filters, and you can turn it to more of a red, and that's gonna at least take away that blue light that keeps you awake, that stimulates your pineal gland, that stops the, production of melatonin, because when you see light, your brain wakes up and it says, "Oh, it's daytime." So, if you're scrolling through your phone and you just have to scroll through your phone to fall asleep, turn it on to those red light settings. There are a few things you can adjust in there. So, even if you're doing that stuff at night, turn on the red light filters, and it's gonna help your eyes relax and help your brain get into that calming place. So it's settings, accessibility, display and text size, and then scroll down to the color filters, and you'll see, the different boxes or the different places you could check off to adjust those filters.
That's amazing. I didn't even know that that was a thing.
Nobody does,
So
but it's on our phone. There are other
right.
apps you can use, and some of them are okay, some I don't recommend, but, this is really easy. It's already in your phone, so
Now, is it better to have it off, complete the color filter off, or better to have the color filter on a red light versus a blue light?
At least at night, turn it on with the red light filter. Typically, you're gonna have that blue light coming at you automatically. So if you change the color filters at night, like maybe around sunset or when the sun starts going down, and you're looking at your phone, you can still do all the stuff on your phone because the best advice is don't keep your phone in the room and all of that.
Mm,
Nobody does that. So
nobody, no one.
change change the way you're adapting to the light. Put your red light filter on, and it'll help.
Yeah, I love how you said no one does. I tried that for I think it was like I was like, I'm gonna sleep with my phone not in my room anymore. And I did it for a solid 7.5 days, right? And I was like, this is too I acted like I forgot. At that point, I'm just lying to myself. I didn't forget. I just wanted like I felt like I was missing something. Like, what if someone we all think that everything's so important, right? What if somebody needs me? What if someone calls? What if this happened? And so we create all these what ifs as if no one can get in touch with us. And so now it's like I've got to have my phone there, you know? And to your point, we really don't. No one is really trying to check for us at 3 a.m., right? It's just not happening. But yet that phone becomes so important. That's such a great point.
Yep, just turn on the red light filters, and then later on, you can deal with all the other steps to take. But turn
Hmm.
on the red light filter, and that'll at least help your brain calm down to be
Wow.
able to go to sleep a little better.
And it's funny too because we've all heard, I mean, at this point, most of us have heard that the blue light is an issue, right? So people are wearing the blue light glasses and all these different things for the laptop, I think. But I hadn't even seen this whole filter thing on the phone. I didn't realize, I knew the phone had some blue light, but I didn't realize that we could shift what the light does. Like to me, that's game changing right there. I mean, that's just one of the gems that you're dropping. And I've already done it. I don't know if y'all saw me while I was sitting here, I picked up my phone and changed it because that's a huge shift. And I do know to your point, there have been times when I'm up at night and now I've picked up my phone because I'm awake. I'm playing whatever box game, right? It's basically adult version of Tetris or an additional version of Tetris. I'm playing it, playing it, playing. Hours have gone by. It's 3 a.m. And it's part of it is that blue light's keeping me awake. Now, if
And
I'm
blue
in
light
bed
is addictive,
it is. Yes.
very addictive.
Exactly. Yep. And so now I'm like, oh, I've got to keep playing. Right. There's been times I love that you said it's addictive. It's crazy. Or I love that you brought that up because there's been times I put down my phone, laid down like I was going to go to sleep, and then like, oh, I'll just play one more game. Go back and pick the thing up. Like I feel like a freaking addict now. That's so funny, but it's real. That's a real thing. No, oh, that's really, really cool. So I know, Heather, you have like a quiz that you're taking people through around cellular optimization and energy analysis and things like that. Can you tell us a little bit about this quiz? Because I think this can be really important for folks who are like, I am drained all the time. I don't know why. Or people who are like, I'm fine most of the day, but at 3:35 p.m. every single day, it's like the energy's gone. So would love to hear from you, like what, like a little about that quiz and what that quiz can do for folks, what they'll be able to get from it.
Well, a lot of people will have sometimes they just have a few nights of missed sleep. That's not the tired I'm kind of talking about. I'm talking about that bone deep exhaustion where you're like, "How am I gonna get through the day? I don't know." And it's day after day after day. And you're
Mhm.
probably gonna have other symptoms associated with that, like brain fog or some digestive issues. Maybe you're getting easily overwhelmed or you're irritable.
Mhm.
Those are signs that you have something a little bit deeper going on. And in my world, I like to deal with the mitochondria, and I get real nerdy. It's
Mhm.
a rabbit hole I go down. But the mitochondria are the little power generators in our cells that produce energy. And so if that energetic production gets compromised, our cells shift into a stress mode or a defense mode, and then we're not producing energy. So what
Mhm.
this quiz does, it just takes you through some simple symptoms, some simple questions. It's like if you're experiencing these things, it's not just because you're missing sleep. It's not because you're deficient on um, caffeine or green drinks or cleanses. Something deeper is going on in your cells. And it'll just help you identify if that's something you're dealing with. And then I've got some steps you can take to move forward from there. But the first thing is realizing where that dysfunction is coming from. And no, it's not that you need more sleep. It's not that you need more coffee. It's not that you need to do a detox. You might need to do a detox later, but right now it's identifying where that problem's coming from because we play whack-a-mole with all our symptoms and we're putting band-aids over everything. And then we keep dealing with the same symptoms over and over. One of those is low energy. But I mean, there can be a whole host of
Mhm.
things that indicate mitochondrial dysfunction. And then we get tired, but we're tired because we don't have that deep cellular energy coming out and um, doing all the important roles that we need them to do. So,
Yeah, exactly. And so, and for everybody watching, I just shared the quiz here in the comments, so you can access it. It's also in the description of this video. But just understanding, so it's like it's almost like since this is since we're talking about addictive, it's almost like the 12 steps, right? We've all heard about the 12 steps in AA and things like that. Even if we haven't been in AA or Narcotics Anonymous or even food addiction, things like that. We've all heard about some of those steps. And the first one is always identifying that you have a problem, identifying what the problem is. And so by going through and working through this quiz, you can see where your issues are, like what it is that's happening with you. Is it just, I was up until 4 a.m. yesterday, so I'm tired today. Sure. Well, then don't go to sleep at 4 a.m. tomorrow, right? But if it's like every day I'm feeling this way, no matter how much sleep I get, whether I get 10 hours of sleep or I get 4 hours of sleep, it's the same feeling. That's when it's something deeper. And that's where this quiz really, really makes sense for you. Am I right about that? Because, I just say stuff.
oh yeah, and some people say, "Well, I'm just getting old,"
Mhm.
or "I need to lose weight." No, you need energy to lose weight. You don't need to lose weight to get energy. It's the opposite. You need energy in order to lose weight in a successful, healthy way. And no, it like yes, things change as we get older, but feeling like crap, feeling so low, that's not
Mhm.
aging. Like, there is something wrong, it's telling you there's something wrong, and we can do something about it.
That's super powerful because we do tend to blame a lot on age or a lot on I'm just so busy. Like we blame it on things that we've been told for years that, well, this is what happens because you're so busy, you're going to be tired. Because you're this, you're going to be tired. But I'll think sometimes about like my great grandmother, right? And so when I was my great grandmother, she passed away when I was 12. She was 89 years old. And I still remember her getting up at 4 a.m., going and doing something on the farm. I don't know what she was doing on the farm, right? But she went outside and did some stuff, came back in with some food and cooked that whole thing up for everyone in the house, and then like did it. And she was 89. So age is not the reason that this is happening, right? And then like that is not the thing. It's really something else. And you'll see there are many, many examples of people like my great grandmother who was 89 who are doing things like this. And a lot of it is because, they didn't have some of the issues that we have around, I can't even say the mitochondria and all those things, right? Like they don't have that, right? They didn't have to deal with some of that we're dealing with now. And to be able to work with someone like Heather or even get some additional tips. And Heather's going to be sharing even more at this Success Tribe Expert Series next week. So if you have not registered to get the notifications, be sure to do that. You can go to successtribeexpertseries.com. And I put the link in the description of this video. And actually, did I put it here too? I'll put it here too in the comments. But get in there like for real and get these tips, because this today Heather shared a little bit, right? She's going to share more at the Success Tribe Expert Series, and we're going to have additional experts sharing on really how to bring back that ease and abundance in your life. And having energy really helps to bring back ease and abundance, right? Being able to optimize at the cellular level really helps when it comes to ease and abundance. So this is game changing. And so I'm going to put this in here you can go ahead and register. And I always say, be sure to register for the event. Because what happens is when you register, you'll be notified about the event, and you'll be able to get the different freebies and stuff that we're giving away at the event. If you don't register, you could miss out, right? And you don't want to miss out on this stuff. Okay, so definitely go ahead and sign up for the Success Tribe Expert Series to attend. Right, it's a virtual event, and be sure to go into the description of this video or into the comments and take the quiz that Heather just offered, because the first step is always understanding what it is that's actually going on with you. Because when you understand what's going on, then you can actually make a shift. But when you're just throwing darts at an empty wall, you don't know if you're going to hit the target or not. I mean, it's just that simple, right? I hope that was a good analogy. I feel like that kind of hit, right? Like if you're throwing darts at an empty wall, you don't even know, and you can't even see where the target is, you're probably not going to hit it. But when you know what that target is, because you've done something like the cellular optimization assessment, right? When you've done these things, which is the quiz that Heather is sharing here, when you've done these things, now you can actually see the target. So now you can throw the dart and actually hit it, right? You can go toward that target. So I hope that helps someone out there, because it's time to shift, right? It's time to step into you're having more energy, getting rid of the tired, the constant, like overly tired, and really feeling and getting rid of the excuses on why we're tired. We're getting older and not getting enough sleep and all these things, when it's actually something deeper. All right. Heather, do you want to say one last thing, and we'll go ahead and sign off for today?
I think you've covered it. I was really impressed with your grandmother. Like,
Yeah.
I love people like that. I love those stories. But we have shifted into, we're in a different day and age, and we have different challenges and different stressors. And there are
Mhm.
wonderful strategies we can use to address what's going on in this day and age, and what
Mhm.
the stressors that we're currently under. And we can still have lives like our great grandparents, and when we learn how to navigate things appropriately. So
Exactly. I love that. Thank you so much. And if y'all want to see Heather back on here, be sure to comment. Like, let us know that you got some value from this, because we're looking to bring Heather back and do another session as well in a few weeks. So let us know that you got some value from this. I know you did, because I did. Shoot, I know if nothing else, we all went on our phone and changed the color filter, right? But just understanding that it's deeper than just I'm not getting enough sleep, right? It's so much deeper than that. Or I'm getting older. It's so much deeper than that. So let's really lean in and get to know what it is. And you can take that quiz to find out, to get more information. All right. All right. Thank you so much, Heather.
thank
I'll
you.
see you soon. All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll talk to y'all soon. Take care, everyone.